Hello, everyone. Hello, Sinzu. Hello, Isa. I thought the name Ek was funny. Hey there.
Yosh.
Thank you for the pats. It's so good to see you. I hope music volume's good. I didn't even consider the volume might be off. I just knew it sounded good in my ear and went with it. On the louder side. But you can hear me just fine over it. I see. Viewers can volume slider as needed, no worries. Alright. We were presented with an option. We can reduce our HP by 4. But we gain 1 skeletal snake. I gotta try it at least. Give me some of your life bars in return. I offer you skeletal snake. When you put it like that, absolutely. Oh, we can even just gain life right here. And I'm gonna. There, now we're only out 3. Slot right. Command. 1 death ring. It sure is. Ow. Well tapped, Isa. It's 100 to enter. It's a good thing I didn't spend all my money. Hoping for lightning. They could save back down to -6. We have but 11 life, but we start with skeletal snake. Okay, hear me out. I can keep this and corrupted conviction immediately. What an awful card for anything besides starting the game with it. Hey, it's 2 mana for 2 power. Would you expect 2 toughness as well? We're not playing green. We did not draw any land. So I took a gamble. It didn't pay off. There's so many black tutus with two with keyword abilities. Yeah. I want to know when it was printed. If this is originally, like, revised. Which it doesn't look like it, based on the art. So it does look old. We're actually... Okay, so I see the problem, but it could be worse. Now it's worse. It was printed once in Portal in 97. Yeah, see, that's not so bad. I swear. Ultimately, this is my fault, but still. Pardon? First strike. I see. Hi, Fractal. How are you doing? This can... But why would I? You want to see what else was available to play with here? 2 mana and black in Portal. So this guy doesn't actually do damage. He doesn't deal damage to my HP. He does deal damage, but it doesn't deal life loss. So we live. What he's doing is he's actually giving me poison, and if I get 10, I lose. But in a world where I have 3 life left, that's actually... I'm okay with that. Okay, so, like, we're technically still not losing. Not yet, we're going to lose, but... There was 1 black 2 for 2, and the card says cannot intercept. Oh yeah, Portal! Portal was stupid. I think Portal was like supposed to be a slim... Okay. Portal is the MTG equivalent of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Oh, finally, Knight's Whisper. We can draw some cards that we might actually be able to use. And then we just have to lose 2 life. We would have got a Plains. We'd have got Cabal Ritual. So unfortunately, that cost us 100 gold. I should have thought this through. And been perhaps a little more frugal. More careful. You can see racing and breeding chocobos. Which game does that? Is that in 7? That sounds like fun. Okay, we just need to win like one wild match so we can actually try arena again. Intercept just means block. Yeah. Very strange. Okay. I'm about to say the same thing we did last time. I can keep this hand and Corrupted Conviction on the first turn, but this time we actually have a second land and a second draw when we do this. Can I have that? Can I do anything with it? Oh, Bone Reader, not Bone Render. Excuse me, I got distracted. Sacrifice a creature, target player, discard card, activate it. There's all black cards from Portal and earlier, but Scryfall doesn't seem to have that option. You can do... I'm not, like, a huge nerd or anything. You could do that, or like, probably this actually. Okay. Could play Veto ahead of curve. Honestly, much rather play Alonda ahead of curve and then play Veto out. Cards. I do need to... That's okay, because we got... Infectious Inquiry, honestly. Just got your gold Chocobo. Incredible. Does it fly? Can it run on mountains? Can it swim in even the deep parts of the ocean? Black Knight. First strike protection from white. How much was it? Was it 2? It can go over all terrain. Nice. It's a 2/2 for 2. Damn. I've added mana. I've acquired Elenda. Nice. They're doing sacrifice strats, and I have a creature that benefits from that. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And she's looping reassembling skeleton. What did you actually do that for? Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn? Oh no, which creature? You fool! You fool! You just gave me 2 +1/+1 counters by trying to do that. All the other 2/2s for 2 have stipulations like can't block, deal self-damage, something like that. Is that skeleton mooing infinite? It thought it was, but actually it was only benefit. They were trying... AI was trying to kill Elenda by sacrificing a creature, but whenever a creature died, it didn't count on Elenda getting 1 point stronger. Good job blocking their cheese phase, thank you. That actually benefited me, like, so much.
So be it. Fireball to the face, bitch. I'm hitting. Thunder and lightning still back in my column. You know that I couldn't be bluffing. Wait it out. Shit you've been bragging about. I'm on that weird shit. You're in the crowd. Been in this game, I know how to talk to the rest. Getting stacked. All of the
If a player discards a card, I'll discard a card. I don't care.
all of your treasures fall into my lab. My potions could kill you, bitch, 'cause your ass ain't strapped.
What does Elenda do? Whenever a creature dies, well, other than her, but it doesn't. Put a +1/+1 counter on her. She also has lifelink, and when she dies, I get a 1/1 white vampire creature with lifelink for each power she had. But right now, if she died, I would get 4. Kick this wizard's ass. Oh, the kings. Okay. Discards 2 cards at random. Oh no. That was my whole hand, but... I already played all the cards I wanted out of it. They gained 1 life, but also I'm doing 1 more damage. Actually, 2 more damage as a result. Because she's got lifelink, and whenever I gain life, he deals that much damage to me. Imagine you win the Mox for this. What the heck in poker? Apparently, there was a YouTube comment that said they only give you the power 9 in like a certain spot or something. Wall of Tombstones. At the end of your upkeep, the star below is set to the number of creatures in your graveyard. You should beat the wizard up IRL and take it. Yeah. Whenever a creature dies, scry 1. For 5, each opponent loses 2. You gain 2 life. Activate only if there are 4 or more creatures. Tainted Spectre, look at him. 3 and a tap. Target player chooses a card and chooses either to discard that card or put it on top of their library. Card is discarded, deals 1 damage to each creature and player. I would rather the Hypnotic Spectre. Yara's Oath. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, if it has fewer than 4 +1/+1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 4, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Oh. Now see, this is a 2/2 for 2 with Minute. Yeah, exactly. A 2/2 for 2 with Menace, and in 4 turns she tutors. Firefleet Ravager. Menace Death Touch. When he enters the battlefield, each player loses a third of their life rounded up. In a world where opponents tend to have more life than me, let's try this again, but I'll be less dumb this time. I promise. I've been getting incredible coin luck. Okay, here's the thing. I can't play anything early, but I do have 2 creatures on board. And I've got the land to play it, and I don't want to get mana screwed again. Final. I will try. It's even better than we thought. No blocks. I'll take 1. I'll take 3. That's fine too. Honestly, I consider that kind of a waste of that buff spell. Whenever a equipped creature dies, reveal cards from the top of your library to reveal a creature card that shares a creature type with it. Put in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library and a random. Equipped creature gets +3/+1. Equip 1. Something to keep an eye on. Okay, fine. Good even. I got Mind Stone. The next turn we can actually play our 4. Ah! I still need to do something with that sound. I can't figure out what it is though. Maybe I should track my HP and then eventually get destroyed in return. Get my Soren. He's a planeswalker. He can make vampire. Beautiful. What a great dad. Okay, now the thing about that is... I will damn that. To the graveyard. And now I have 3 attacking power, and we don't embarrass ourselves by losing in the first round this time. Meow. Hello, Quiet Sonia. How are you doing? But we can equip Skull Clamp onto the Skeletal Snake and... No. Can't. Okay. A bit better than used to? That's fantastic to hear. The swamp that you can do make me lose life. Master of Dark Rites. I actually kind of love this card. He's fucking stoned. What? This one? Or this one? I Vampire. Gotcha. And they just out him like that. I think they're going to want to keep their Master of Dark Rites alive. Probably, right? Yeah, of course they do. This is one to equip, so I can pay 2 for my Mind Stone, and then equip Skull Clamp onto the Skeletal Snake, and then it'll have +1 attack. -1 toughness, but that's okay. And if it dies, I get to draw 2 cards, which is a fun little upside. Oh. Vampire. Everyone can tell. So rude. Be cool. Where'd you get that from? Whenever cordial vampire or another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. Ah, gotcha. And then you killed it. The role vampires be like. That's awful. I need that. Mira, hi. How have you been? You're the liberal vampire? Oh. We need that. I've been doing pretty darn well. That's really good to hear. Hi. I'm trying to figure out how to start winning. It should definitely be possible. Making vampires seems like a good idea. Ah. Can you feel the love? Oh, yes, absolutely. Ow. Whenever another creature dies. Okay, so that could be terrifying. But I was about to start killing creatures too. Oh, you tried to call in 3C and apparently you have that emote tied to it now. Yeah, I have that problem too. Because it's colon 3B in the middle, I suspect. No. I completely. Ah! Okay, I know that one wasn't you. Isa, why? Okay, I'm gonna kill Cordial Vampire. Thank you for granting me this clarity. Very cute. Oh, is that yours? That's awesome. But it's so friendly. I know, it's a little too friendly though. It was about to do what Alonda did for me last game. Oh my gosh, Rocker. Thank you. Also, hi, how are you doing? You're very happy today? Me too. Man, I don't know how much to talk about. Oh my gosh, Mira. It's so sweet. Why'd you wanted another? Very welcome to. Oh my. Surprise! The gift boxes are also Pokeballs. You, Isa. Okay, catch Allie. It's rare, but it can happen. It can be caught. Well, you can okay, so there's a chance that there's an attempt to catch, but I've yet to stay within the ball. I always break free last.
Yosh.
But that's because I already have an owner. No. I'd stream and send it for gifting subs. Shaking your head, you sold out. No, I didn't, I promise. It was just a surprise. Maybe I should have kept that alive instead of packing it for mana immediately. I'm about to get hit by big vampires. Alternatively, I could have... I think I didn't have damage. How bad do I want to keep Soren alive?
Yosh.
Pretty good. Aw, I'm a mouse, but thank you. Oh wait, no, Isa, that's a rat. The deer's Arthas. Yeah, Rocker, you really deserve to be doing well. I mean, everyone does, but... Ow. Oh, keep Soren alive. I can Wrath next turn. And then we'll see who's the one with permanents on the battlefield. Oh, why? What am I, like a Pringle? Hold on. Destroy up to 3 target creatures and or other planeswalkers. Return each card put into a graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. So, for instance... Dusk Legion Surgeon, Captivating Vampire, and Master Dark Rights would be mine. It do what it do. It's not a love you swear. In some ways. Oh, I accidentally just went ahead to... That's actually fine though. In combat, go ahead and attack. Once you click, you just can't quit. I'm just gonna rush him. I could even actually use Skull Clamp as like an equipment, the way it was initially intended. Slant rhyme, good enough. I like a nice slant rhyme, it keeps me on your toes. I'll keep it. Well, honestly, Witch's Cottage. If I'm gonna return a land, I might as well be this one. I wasn't gonna play it untapped anyway. Respond Witch. When it dies, draft a card from its spellbook. Does that work? That's a alchemy mechanic. Skull Clamp was intended to sack mooks for draws. You think so? I kind of figured that was an accident. It feels so obvious. It's like, how could it have been? But, you know, maybe you're right. I could... Yeah, sure, why not? Attack with this thing. Fine. Curse of Leeches. At the beginning of Gen's upkeep, they lose 1 life, you gain... As this permanent transforms into Curse of Leeches, attach it to a player. Oh, because it's stay bound. Well, what's the other side? How much does it cost? And it's equip 1, right? Yeah, it costs 1. It's equip 1. And gives you +1, -1. For draw 2. Oh yeah, they knew what they were doing. Trespasser's curse. Whenever a creature enters under enchanted player's control, I lose when they gain 1. When Black Cat dies, target opponent discards a card at random. This is fine. I'm about to start gaining life. I mean, like, not this turn, but real soon. Don't you worry. When it dies, search a library for a curse card. Put it on the battlefield attached to a player, then shuffle. I'm gonna give Bloodthirsty Aerialist a sword, and whenever she hits, she's going to give me 3 life back. And get even stronger. And I can even afford a veto as well. That player loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Right, Trespasser's Curse. Fine. See, we're taking control of this duel starting now. Whenever a land enters, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with decay. What are they even gonna do? I could actually just keep swinging with Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Wall of Bone. I used to actually love that card as a little. I just really liked Wall for some reason. They still have no flyer. I think this is actually it. I'm about to gain life, and my triggers will do the rest. Sometimes it's scary how similar we are. In what way? Oh, that was it. That was the finals. See, when I actually mulligan when I'm supposed to. You're also a wall nerd. We got 400 gold profit and Necropotence. For 3 black. It's an enchantment. Skip your draw step. Whenever you discard a card, exile that card from your graveyard. 2 heavy downsides. And it's the original one. But Pay 1 life to set aside the top card of your library. At the beginning of your next discard phase, put that card into your hand. Effects that prevent or redirect damage can't be used. So, pay 1 life to draw 1 card. As much as you want. But that's the only way you can draw now. That's not even true. Vengeant Vampire. When it dies, destroy target creature an opponent controls, and you gain 4 life. That's fun. I've heard it said that this is the card that taught Magic players that life is worthless. As well as the design team. Because if you pay 19, you pay 19 life. Go down to 1. Just win with the cards in your hand. You always take Necro. I don't trust myself. Also, hello, evil. And boots. We got boots. Soren's Recruit. Win a game after activating Soren, Lord of Innistrad Ultimate. My favorite game is Shogi. Good to know. Good to know. Dark Boots. -2 life. Battlefield. Laddering Augur. And it's double my speed. I did win. I won the whole thing. That last match was the finals, apparently. I got 400 gold profit. I know! The arena's crazy. Cass was so right. And every time you win, you get a piece of equipment. And 400 more gold than it costs to enter. I'm starting each match with a full battlefield and no life. Which is already how I was starting every game of Magic the Gathering anyway. You played it so much. I'm glad you liked it. I'll be honest, I was getting a little worn on it until I found the arena. It's just such a good and fast way to actually gain money and items. Go on a 3rd. Have you tried drafting old blocks? It's so jank. In this, no. In general, also no. But I have played with, like, old blocks. My origin story is Mom was super into MTG and got me playing it, like, before I could actually read the cards. So I was playing a lot with, like, Ice Age and Scourge and stuff like that. And because I was also a child, I would make, like, 80 card decks because I just kept adding things. I was born in the jank magic. Okay, I hate to just keep doing the same thing over and over. But I'm absolutely just gonna go right back into the arena for more goodies. I'll be right back. I gotta give Bezos a minute. And then we'll do some more. That's how I feel a draft goes half the time anyway. Flyers and draft, yeah. Just I drafted flyers. This person didn't. And now I win. Welcome back, everyone. I don't do a lot of draft. I did sometimes in arena. Not this arena, but the other arena. Welcome back, Isa. Welcome back, Evil Shadow. I'm pretty interested in doing a Thopter cube. I found one and peeked at it a little bit on a Cube Cobra. That's the pretty much only thing I've seen on Cube Cobra. The site I'm gonna want to look into a little more. A Master Black Wizard. Look pretty smug for someone who's lost to me. Flattering Augur can't block. When it enters, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. That didn't happen. But for 4, I can return it from grave to hand. That's not great. But it's free. It's free. Except for the part where I lost 2 life. Can you import cubes to the game? This? I tried to play Commander with my girlfriend and my husband through Forge. It did not work. We could connect 2 people, but not the 3rd. Tabletop Simulator, though. If you got Tabletop Simulator, you can absolutely import a cube into that. What the fuck is that? That's Chattering Augur. It's a Skilla Shaman. Okay, so I've got a Plains and Skull Clamp, so I could cast Skull Clamp. And then next turn... Yeah, I searched, honestly, I just searched MTG, and the top tables are like, oh, 6-player Commander table with card importer. The one I got, it says... I searched MTG Cube, I think. And there's some pre-made cubes, but also an importer table. And it just imports it as a stack of little packs for you. I don't know much of anything about cubes, so I don't know how good that is. I don't know how much of the work it already does for you, but it definitely seemed usable. And also, for the cost of Tabletop Simulator, it's all free. Maybe I should take it as a bad sign that I have to mulligan this. Let me just return some of the only things I can play. Nothing. They got nothing. I could corrupted conviction immediately, but I'm just gonna tap this, which is play it tapped rather. If I can do Bloodghast next turn. Right, they're still summoning sick. I was about to attack with them. Okay, this is actually just fine. Strike Engage. Diamond Knight. As it enters, choose a color. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen color, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And it's got Vigilance. Technically, I should have held that plains until after the attack, just in case they decide to block the worst thing they could choose to block, honestly. Because when you play a land, you get to bring this back. It's so much better than Chattering Augur in every way. Well, except it does draw you a card, Chatter. No one can take that away from it. It's technically card draw. Exile target creature or planeswalker, you gain 2 life. No! Wait. I thought they targeted Bloodcast with that. They targeted the snake. The one thing that can't come back on its own, exiled. Get out of here. So I could sack something to Corrupted Conviction, get some draw off of that, and then that would enable me to use Fatal Push, which says destroy target creature if its mana value is 2 or less, or if it's 4 or less, if a permanent you control off the battlefield. I'm trying to explain better for people who aren't as MTG brain rotted as me. Blood Artist. How do you cast Web? By expending a 2nd level spell slot. Third level spell slot? I remember this thing being pretty beastly in Throne Standard. Never mind, it's a very bad joke. I do usually like that. Sure. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Still. Oh, we're casting a miracle. Maybe I should have read what this actually does. Return X target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Diamond Knight returns. This is fine. I'm going to take this guy out with Blood Artist and some very small attacks. Bloodghast comes back because I played a land. It has haste because they've got less HP now. Now you're about to lose 2 life from getting attacked. Whenever a creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So you're about to lose. You were good. More of a meme, really. Oh, gotcha. Not the good kind of bad. See, I keep telling people that I'm actually pure and innocent, and they don't believe me. But I think it shows when I don't know about casting with things like. Oh, nothing wrong with it, other than maybe working. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I'm actually not that pure because I was trying to think of all manner of connotation. Unwilling ingredient. Exile from your graveyard. You draw a card and lose 1. Usually people who tell you they are pure and innocent are pure and innocent. Yeah, exactly. People just twist my words. And I take the fall. No. They blew up my Blood Artist. Oh yeah, it's got menace, so I can't block it with only 1 creature. It's too menacing. My wall is terrified right now.
Wait, was that actually supposed to be a burn?
It needs emotional support. Trigger a creature from your graveyard on top of your life. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind drawing a Blood Artist. I could even grab it with Knight's Whisper and cast it. And frankly, I might as well. I also got Elonda Hierophant. When you gain life, put a +1/+1 on it when it dies. Yeah, we know this one. I was erroneously calling her Alonda earlier. She's not, she's just a Hierophant. It becomes a curse when she dies, but I can't remember how bad the curse actually is. I really like curses, by the way. Whether they've got like the actual curse type or not. Like, yeah, this is an enchantment. If you do this thing, it does something to you. We have oh no, we do have a source of life gain. Best mechanic from the set. What was this? They don't tell me. I don't think I played the one that introduced curses. I think that was when I was trying to escape. Okay, what is Infectious Curse? I lose 1 life, they gain 1 life at the beginning of my upkeep. Oh, and spells they cast that target me cost 1 less to cast. That's pretty cool. Kindly Strain? I really like transforming cards. It's like it when cards are narratively narrative. When the mechanics feed into the narrative. Like, aha, you thought I was Kindly Stranger, but actually... like... Okay. So, like, you can tell she's, like, a witch, probably. She's got horns embroidered on her dress and also is holding a wand. Also the shadow. Also, it says on the card that she transformed. A second strain. Hello, Malleus. Hope you're doing well. I think the triggers are going to do it here. Okay, this is the final. Just a normal vampire. Nice. We have 1 piece of removal. A sword that we can play and use because we've got creatures on field. And a creature we can't cast. I will keep it. They mulligan twice. We're so in. Oh yeah, we can just swing in. Gatekeeper of Malakir. But what if I push it? Directly off a cliff. Why not? I'll draw some cards. Okay, this would have been a better one to kill, but I'm still fine with it. High Vampire's Eyes were actually redder than true. Vampire some grass stat. Yeah, the wall is not a card, it's a token. These are actually cards. So you can do graveyard shenanigans with these guys. I could play her. But then I can't equip the sword. Oh no, it was her that I was referring to as Alonda earlier. Belinda. Now that she's on the field, I'm just going to attack with these guys. If you block it, good. It will make her stronger. Good. Can't even get the bone snake back if I want to, but I'm not. They got protections, but she can't be blocked. Well, from white or black things, which that's all you got. Okay. Now she's gonna get 2 stronger after she hits. Do I want to draw a Chattering Augur? It only costs 2 from my hand. Sure. Wait at the Blood Chief. I am going to attack you and... we get it. Polyget Death Thief. Whenever it or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, target player reveals a number of cards from their hand equal to the number of allies you control. They discard 1. Each creature gets -X, where X is 1 plus the number of basic. Oop. Hey, we still got 500 gold and boot. Can we sell the boots? I don't think so. You can sell these though. We're at almost 1,000 for the first time since we started playing. Hey there, bud. You see the middle monstrosities, the Phyrexians? Yeah, they're up to no good, I tell you. I saw them. I did. Oh, you think so? I don't know. The Phyrexians seem like a pretty chill group of people. Phyrexians, what are you talking about, Tipsy Tim? These metal freaks, they ain't from around here, I swear. Saw them with my own eyes. They got them twisted mechanical things. Up something bad there. The Phyrexians? No. Oh no, you think the Phyrexians might be cool? Ah, hi. How are you doing? You've had quite a few drinks, Tim. Are you sure you're not imagining things? Phyrexians haven't been seen in these parts for thousands of years. Nonsense. My eyes don't lie, friend. Them Phyrexians are real trouble, I'm telling you. You gotta go. See for yourself. Kick them out of Chandelar. Oh, we are actually in Chandelar. That's why all the flippers look weird. Alright, Sam, I'll look into it, but first maybe you should lay up. Find the Phyrexian camp and defeat all enemies. Then you sell one. Oh my god. I've not entered an inn in so long. Here today to sell 118 cards for 7,433 gold. Selling cards is irreversible. Do you want to proceed? Sure. Well, now we can buy some equipment. We have 8,000 gold. Dark shield, it's a barrier of bones. But we've already got a shield that doesn't cost anything. It's a 1/3. Power struggle. That's the problem. I don't know what any of these things do. You know what? I'm going to look it up. Here in the capital. I have not left the capital since you advised I come here. I like it too much. I'm just going to look these cards up real quick. I don't think it's I don't think this is a memory game. Death ring and equipment. Let me see the image, please. Equip creature gets tap, add black to your mana pool, and it's equip 1. I could put it on. I'd put it on my wall. Ow. Necropolis of Azar. Whenever a non-black creature put into any graveyard from play, put a husk counter on it. But this is unreadable, literally. That's Oath of Ghouls. Full text box. 5. Remove a husk counter from Necropolis. Put a spawn counter, or put a spawn of Azar into play. It's a black creature with random power and toughness. Each no less than 1, no greater than 3 that has Swamp. Oh my gosh, Kay, hello. I think you were more interested in the accessories because you weren't using black. "16 turns later, you get a 2/2. Sounds like it. Hi Kay, how are you doing? Oh yeah, power struggle. Dude. This is blue. Bring each player's up, keep that player exchanges control of random target artifact, creature, or land they control. How am I? I'm doing extremely well. Had a very pleasant dinner with the in-laws last night. We told them a lot of things. They handled it very well. I apologize for just looking things up constantly. They got to learn a lot of new words and phrases. It was very fun.
Why are you so protective of the way that I am?
And dad-in-law got to say called it. Did you give them a list of your Twitch quotes? No, certainly not. These dang millennials and their Google brains. I know I've seen Farmer's Tools. Whatever, just give it to me. I'll learn what it is. I did 3 arena matches. Well, no, I did a lot more for this. It sounds like something I'd like, and it's expensive. Give it to me. Piper's Charmed. Does this throw things on the battlefield? Sounds like maybe it could. Give it to me. I gave you one list, but it's hopelessly behind because there was an explosion of quotes afterwards. Your in-laws did finger ears, la la la, till it went away. That makes sense. I saw that maybe they wanted to. Farmer's Tools. I have to manifest it shorter? That didn't work for me. Wait, when did I say I left my collar on because I didn't want anyone to feel left out? Go tell yours whenever they get back with the milk. Yeah, that's my policy for my dad. I told mom though. I told mom right away. She was extremely positive about it, and then also very excited because of her proximity where they currently live. She was immediately like, oh my gosh, I could meet them. She's very sweet. I think I'm gonna just immediately go in for another tournament. I'm sorry, but like not really. You know what? I promise this is my last tournament here. And then I'm gonna go to the plains for the white capital, because then they're going to be using white decks, and the Sword of Feast and Famine or whatever it is going to work just as well over there. Tell you about Chandelar. Okay. So there was a game in the 90s for PC called simply Magic the Gathering. And that was a game not unlike this, where you could... Chandelar. Where you could build MTG decks and play against AI. And it had an adventure mode in it that took place in the plane of Chandelar, which, as the locals described it, was a plane rich in mana that planeswalkers was ripe for the taking. It was currently being attacked by one planeswalker of each color, draining its resources without a care for the creatures there who needed that mana. And your goal in that game was to travel to each of their towers and destroy them. As for the plane itself, that's everything I know. Your mom. Yeah. I know there was an MTG set that released in Chandelar. The only thing I know about it is they ruined the visual design for Slip. I don't know. I think some people prefer it. That's why I couldn't find these. Pay 2 shards. Starting with you, each player may put a land card from their hand onto the battlefield. Exile. Pay 3 shards. Target player blocks this turn if able. Exile Piper. That was a mistake. Planes. My little cards, gathering is magic. What's card advantage mean to me? It just got. What happened? Oh. They're fetching. Also, hi, Aero. How are you doing? Borg. Thank you. Activated abilities of creatures can't be activated. That's mostly fine. I could try my new trick and pay 2 shards. I've got 54 of them. Extra land drop. Guess I have multiple wishes. Banana wallpaper, hello. Magic. Magic indeed. How are you doing? Bloodcast has haste as long as an opponent has 10 or less life. You're good? Good to hear. I miscounted. I really thought that was going to win. Oh. Oh. Mercury Soul, hello. Phyrexian invasion of equipment. Ow. This isn't normal magic. What is this? Okay, so it's pretty much normal magic. Oh, well thank you. Ow. So I'm playing on a Forge. I'm playing I'm playing on Forge. Sorry about that. I can't talk when I'm fighting out of a Pokeball. It's a fan-made rules engine where you can test decks, but it also has an adventure mode. If you've ever played the 90s PC game Chandelar, it's a lot like that. So it's all built on normal magic, but they do have things like equipment that give you additional effects. If there isn't a third MLP Secret Lair drop, and it doesn't contain an Invasion of Equestria card... Oh, yeah, sorry. I read half of what you wrote and lost it. Especially while listening to Violet Pony. Okay, hear me out. The Changeling Invasion of Canterlot kind of vibes with a Phyrexian Invasion. Anyway, you saw weird purple crystals? Yeah, this is a in-game currency thing. So I purchased some equipment that uses them as fuel. So I can pay 2 weird purple crystals to put a land onto the battlefield for free. Focus. Hello, Knife Player. How you doing? Wish the MLP cards were legal. Me too. I understand. You would buy the MLP Phyrexian Invasion set? Me too, I guess. Honestly. How could I not? Print a reskin of Aria of Flame called This Day Aria.
Yosh.
Oh, thank you, Nye. I know you said you no to the accessories that let you teleport around the map. Consider how much time it'll save you. To be honest, yeah. Well, is it single use? I guess not, huh? But Sombro, with his mind control helmet, is more Phyrexian. Fair enough, but visually, though. Visually, a changeling looks like it could be a Phyrexia, which is not a sentence I thought I was going to say this. It didn't occur to me that everything in my hand costs double black and I have but one solitary swamp in hand. You use them as often as you have the crystals. I see, I see. That makes them a lot better. Oh! What was that? Murder. There's a second black. Gonna blow it up. I kind of forgot I was in the arena right now for a second. I was just completely lost. Like, what am I doing here? The fading scream as it dies. Yeah, it's incredible. And hi. Wait, it flies. It's actually fine. One's still getting through. That's all I need. Maybe you should try this. It's completely free. Oh, I believe you need Java installed. I've had people say they try to install it and there's problems with it and they can't figure out what it is. I already had Java installed because I was a weirdo like that. But most people probably don't. And this runs on Java, so. But yeah, it's completely free, fan-made. I highly recommend giving it a shot if it looks interesting. Oh, hello. This gentleman's red. Games that still run on Java. Insane, I know. I used to use Fervent Champion a lot. Even playing like a red player. I could kill it. No, I can't. It has first strike. At least it doesn't run on Shockwave. I remember Shockwave. I probably shouldn't be using every single map, but I'm about to use it. Every single match. It got stomped. You're gonna play Stardew Valley today, but you got so distracted sorting sorting cards. I didn't eat breakfast because I was building a commander deck. So I feel you. I'm sorry. Ow. I was just gonna have a bowl of cereal. Honestly, it's probably... I'm probably better off for not... What commander? Sorin. The Sorin that came out in... Masters 3. Modern Masters 3. Maybe you should not try Balatro out. I don't know, maybe. Sorin? Not that Sorin. Sorin Markov. You know, we got Planeswalker Personas in Bloomborough. Give us the Pony Sonas. Just this one. Thin Street Dodger. Can't be blocked except by creatures with Defender. I got one of those. I'll show you. Oh. Well. Which Planeswalker do you want to see as a Pony Sona? Vivian Reed would be very cool and fitting. I could see Vivian. Sorin just matches a name. We already got... Who was it? Ral was the real one. And then we also got Jace, Liliana, and Elspeth, right, in Bloomborough? We'd have to pick different ones. Do you ever play Commander with the community? I did once. Back on. Cass has been trying to convince me. I could certainly do it if there's interest. Probably not on stream. There was once community. There could be again. Really love Dakon. Weirdo. I know I've seen a Dakon. I can't remember one detail about them. Wait, no, Dakon. This is mono black mask discard guy. Dakon Blackblade? Blackblade? Okay, I don't know this guy. Raising your hand to show interest. I am seeing your hand. And I can feel your energy emanating from it. What is Shatter Gang, brother? I'm afraid I don't know that one either. Yeah, we ran Commander once, pretty early on. It honestly went pretty well, I thought. But it is kind of something you need to know, you need to know people are going to show for. Legend with this creature's power and toughness. Oh, it's a creature. For some reason, I thought it was a planeswalker. Oh no, he is also a planeswalker. Prevail, exile, and reanimate artifact. And enters with loyalty counters equal to your lands. Very cool. Card Gang can sacrifice a non-land permanent and force each opponent to the same drop. Ow. Lands matter in Esper. So funky. Let's see, Esper. I know it's blue. I believe it's white. Is it blue, white, green? Wub. It's blue, black. But, you know. Yellow, purple, orange. Yeah. Esper has all the wubs. Could call it the wub cannon. I want to hold this to block. No. You know what? That's fine. I'll sack that. Draw two. Specifically, you pay to sacrifice a creature, artifact, and ship. And then, yeah, they have to do the same type. Very rude. Can I attack? Just with that guy? Torch Spitter. I didn't realize they killed a guy. Oh, right, because they took its +1s off, and it no longer had any toughness. It's fine. And we have to scroll. We could actually cast Cabal Ritual just to get a Bloodthirsty Aerialist. And I will. I feel good about this. Especially because I'm about to attack them with a flying 5/5. They're scared. They do nothing. I'm going to attack you with flying 5/5 and a flying 2/3, and the 5/5 is about to be a 6/6. Check this dude out actually putting up a fight. I admit I got a little like mind scrambled there, and also a little thrown off because I haven't fought anyone not playing black in like 5 years in this game. Flying 5/5 is what happens when you... Oh my gosh, I didn't notice the timer. We're gonna take a break like as soon as we see what we got, which is another dark armor, which this is good evidence we should not do another arena here because we just keep getting the same equipment. Obnixilis of the Black Oath and Tarian String. Messed up. Well, yeah, I hope the 5/5's in it. Into it. Hello everyone, welcome back. Nice interest. Oh yeah, I took the cards and I bought a black rune. Welcome back, Banana. Welcome back, Fractal. Welcome back, Isa. Welcome back, Isa. Dark Confidant. My life total is so low. Beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its converted mana cost. Sharing to the stream music. What did you know? Be a song about life. They pop up when you least expect it. Oh my gosh, it's just like Island Fish. Fall down 10 flights of stairs. I'm glad to see you made it out all right. I have money again. I'm buying that, and I'm also going to buy Dark Confidant. I'm not going to buy another Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Didn't you just sell 8,000 gold of cards? How could you not have money? Well, I spent most of it on equipment, and then I won... Wait, no. The equipment I bought was farmer's tools and a necklace that I'm never going to use. Oh, that's right. We've actually got a quest. Okay. Brief reprieve on Arena. We're going to fight some Phyrexians. Wait, am I tracking that quest? We are tracking that quest. I was like, oh, come on. Phyrexians haven't been seen around here in thousands of years. First off, this character is not from here. You were like pulled in. Isekai style. But within the same multiverse, so it's not as big of an ease. But also, we've fought Phyrexian. Yeah, right. Phyrexian battle flies. Flying, and for 1 black it gets +1/+0. Activate no more than twice per turn. We're gonna do just fine. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, it flies, though. I actually can't block it. That's still fine, though. It's a race, and we're winning. Well, I think they did get to start a lot closer to the finish. Rothius. For 3, search a library for a mercenary permanent with mana value 3 or less, put it on the battlefield and shuffle. For a more specific 3 and tap, destroy target tapped non-black. So they can destroy my Solemn Simulacrum. Whenever they lose a creature, they get to scry 1, and they can cast this from their graveyard if they manage to put poison on me. Oh, Vito here. Whenever we gain life, an opponent loses that much, and he can just give all our creatures life. So we'll do that. It doesn't matter if you block or not. All of this damage is coming through to you one way or another. Robrask. Exile target creature, incubate. I'd never do that. Urabrask was not the puppiest of the Planeswalkers, but he was the best. Planeswalkers, I meant Phyrexian. Does your life carry over battles? It doesn't, but if you lose, you get a life penalty. I'm starting with 9 life because I think the default that you start with is like 10. And it's not 10, I think it's higher than that. But I'm also wearing equipment that drops it in exchange for getting this 1/1 and the snake on the battlefield. Can't you buy max life? You can. Yes. So far I've bought 1 additional HP. And also equipment can increase it. But I'm wearing equipment that drops it instead. We only have 8,000 gold and we're saving it for tacos. Yeah. Good call. And good. Well, look. For the cost of 2 starting life, we get the skeletal snake. Who wouldn't want a bone snake? And this chattering augur. When you play him, you draw a card and lose 1 life. You can cast him from your graveyard for 4. No, sorry, you return him to your hand for... You ask who wouldn't want to bone snake? I believe I said a bone snake. Could have been a slip of the tongue. What a deal. Only 4 to return. To hand, yeah. And a farmer's tool. For some reason, I thought it was my turn. Well, this is terrible. I spent that for no reason. Oh, a bone snake. Yeah. If they block, I don't care. Skitterling. If I get 3 poison, it does something. Who would want? Yeah, that's what I actually said.
And now for something completely gay, Luigi.
To be honest. You can kill either of them. I don't have any death triggers on the battlefield just yet. The AI is very sheepish in this. So if I just have untapped blockers, they probably won't attack. Pay 2 mana and 2 life, choose one. Activate only once. Becomes a human cleric, gets +1/+1, and gains lifelink. Or it becomes a Phyrexian. It gets +3/+2 and trample. And whenever this creature is dealt damage, sacrifice that many permanents. Because the Phyrexian seems so much better. Oh no, whenever this creature is dealt damage, you sacrifice that many permanents. Never mind. Very cute design. I like it. Splatter Goblin, when it dies, target creature and opponent controls gets -1/-1. Connections confused you today because one of your groups was impulse buys to the checkout line. You haven't had a check. You haven't been in a checkout line in 100 years. Connection. Rats are best creature type. I'm inclined to agree, but it's so hard to decide between rats, rabbits, and birds. Except for an MTG. My sincerest apologies to the rabbit. Don't forget mice. I don't know, mice are kind of rough in MTG. Mice need more support. It's true. I'm not sharing the support I've got. We do have a board wipe. And enough mana to give our creatures lifelink. We can swing in with lifelink. This is the plan. Next turn. Swing in with lifelink and then wipe the field. And then... Okay, so 5. We can exactly afford to Corrupted Conviction. Attack with lifelink. But then not wipe the field, though. We can't afford to do both. Y'all are about to let me do that. Need Bloombro 2 to come out. All mice deserve support.
Yosh.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for mouse support. Ow. We'll hold our block. Quicker where? You know. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna attack. So 4, 5, 6. I'm living. Now who has flying? It's me. You gonna pay 2 to transform it? Or they have a 3/3. If it touches me, I die. It has no mana cost. I can pay 1 mana to kill it. Hey! Not a scratch. If you die, do you die forever or do you respawn? You respawn exactly where you are, but at an HP penalty. Watch out for the cliff racers while flying. I'll try. As Swamp Cycle. And discard it for a swamp. Oh, you also lose some money. If you lose some money, you lose starting health. But then you get to continue. If you're in a dungeon, the monster doesn't vanish. But if you're outside a dungeon, it does. Oh yeah, so we're supposed to start with 13, but we're losing 2 for the skeletal snake, and we're losing 2 for the clattering up. Look at how fast we can. Staring at card, but I cannot play any else except for this. Yep. technically we can play veto with this. A miracle. Game is so funny. I think so. Magic in general is kind of funny. And I think this is a funnier version. At least I'm not concerned about land. Put one poison on me. Haha, funny or funny what the fuck? Honestly, both. Menace and Toxic too. So it'll do 2 damage and also 2 poison. If I get 10 poison, I lose. I've already got 1 because they cast a spell that let them draw and give a poison. I'm not gonna attack. When it dies, return that to the battlefield under your control. And it got Toxic 2 again, so it's got Toxic 2, Toxic 2. And see, it still doesn't attack. You're gonna get the creature back. You coward. And sometimes it's haha, oh god. I'm looking at you, layers. Definitely all 3. It's so painful. I was looking at a card that just affects everything. It's like... yeah, it was like Blood Moon on a creature. So it said all non-basic lands are mountains or something like that. And yeah, one of the rulings is like, remember, if this creature loses all abilities, its ability still works. Magus of the Moon, yes. And it's because effects that remove a creature's ability apply after effects that change types. Holy heck, you're now eligible to earn the Hyper Ultra Galactica McFlurry spray in Marvel Rivals. I've heard some people have known about the Galactica McFlurry sprays their entire lives. Magic is so fun. It sure is. We love layers. I don't really know layers, but what I do is when I'm adding cards to my deck, I'm doing it on a site that shows me the rulings, and I actually like skim over them. Yeah, actually, I'm going to take -2, give all my creatures +1/+0. Yeah, you're definitely not going to attack. Well, fair enough. He would have got blown up anyway. It's a good thing I used the good ability. They're both good, but your housemate has a bellow deck, and theirs come up constantly. Same with stuff with Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. If a card like Blood Sun enters, then Urborg loses its ability, but not before its ability triggers. Yeah. And then if you play Opalescence, whenever this deals damage to a player, you may remove 2 oil counters from it. If you do, you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, copy it. Terrifying. Yippee, Opalescence Humility. I've never seen it done. Tell you honestly. Honestly. Have any of your magic streams involved just saying random words and pretending they're magic terms? I'm sorry to say, I really haven't. I've been too afraid of the magic community calling me out if I did something like that. You ask for honesty, the honest truth is I've been trying to skirt the line of being accessible and using plain English, and also just showing people that I actually know what I'm talking about by using the jargon. I'm realizing I've actually got it if I just attack with everything. It has mouse walk too. Oh, tell me about it. I've only been blocked by people that control 2 mice creatures. Wait. Is that actually a thing that works? Certainly, mouse walk would work. And I can tell you from experience that it's effective. But I have never seen blank walk and a number. I actually want creature walk as a thing. If you control a thing, power walk 9,000. A thing other than a land, it becomes unblockable. I guess that's better represented by just this guy can't be blocked by this thing. I could kind of use it. Honestly, Poison might go hard in this because I've seen people start with more than 20 life. Ace of the Uneaten Beast, Speaker of the Heavens, actually good card. At least this one. I was looking at this one earlier when I was making the Soren Markov deck. I could use it. Death Pits of Wrath. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, destroy it. It can't be regenerated. Damn. Whenever this attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. You do. Gains double strike. I should say, Magic is a lot easier to learn than it looks, but it's highly advisable that you learn with a friend and a couple of like starter decks, or you actually go through Arena and just use it as a teaching tool and then never spend money. Because they'll give you a starter deck and then you can go into standard where it's a limited pool of things. Because when you open yourself up to everything, there's a lot of like single set gimmicks. Yeah, learn with a friend. But be careful, the last time I taught someone a friend after. That's not true. That's not true. He's still a friend. Here's one awesome creature's ability. Whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, if that opponent has more life than another one of your opponents, that attacking creature draws a card. You put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature you control. Why would you do that? Try not to think about what happens if you control one and your opponent also control. Okay. Whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, if that opponent has more life than another one of your opponents, that attacking player draws a card, and you put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature you control. Okay, so we're in a 4-player commander game. If you take it step by step, this is fine. You cast Magic Missile at the darkness. That should help. That's the correct response. At least 7 more life than you're starting. So 16. Isn't this a keyword? That whole thing? Dethrone is like one of those flavor words that goes on abilities that trigger when you attack the player with the most life, right? I know I've seen an effect like this. I think. Oh, hey, we got Rose Noble. I'm at peace with it. Card names. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards. Exile them. That player then draws a card for each. $15 cards? Okay. Search for up to 3 cards, exile them. Then that player shuffles their library. They don't get to draw. They get nothing. You just do this. If this was kicked, instead search that player's library for up to 15 cards, exile them. That's almost half of the minimum deck size in this format. When Oswan Jaguar comes into play, choose a random creature type from those in target opponent's deck. What? A2 green and tap. Bury target creature of the chosen type. I mean, I guess in a tournament format, you've got the person's deck list, right? Quick, give me all the creature types in your deck. Gulping Scrap Trap. The art is so memorable. I always forget that it's not great. I am not going to read all of these. At least out loud. I'll skim them all personally. Would you proliferate? You would proliferate when Gulping Scrap Trap enters. Well, yeah, of course. Or when it dies. That one stays. This card art is like hanging in a museum, I think, isn't it? Choose target card in graveyard other than a basic land. Search its owner's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name. Exile them. And that player shuffles their library. You familiar with Seasoned Dungeoneer? The first thing I think of when you imagine beginner unfriendly card ability for... I don't think I am. When this creature enters, you take the initiative. Whenever you attack, target attacking cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard gains protection from creatures until end of turn. It explores. Awful. Fuck stuff is permitted here. That's the last thing she ever did. What a horrible narrative. D&D set was one of the first sets you got when you got back into Magic. You're so confused by initiative. Me too. Which it was not the first set I got into when I got back into Magic. But I was still confused about initiative. I looked it up. Thankfully, I actually played Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, so I knew how dungeons. And I knew about Monarchy. I knew how Monarchy worked, and it's kind of the same. I want to show the version without reminder text to a beginner and ask them what it does. Look, I couldn't tell you right now what Explore does, actually. I know you look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you put it on the battlefield or in your hands. You know what? I can't remember. Its precon doesn't have any text telling you what it is. Okay, I don't think it ramps you. I think you put the land in your hand. If not, you're allowed to put it in the graveyard. One of these two options lets you put a +1/+1 counter on the creature, and I actually don't remember which one it is. I actually can't keep any. What do they do? Where are my swamps? I'm like Shrek over here. Okay. I really don't want to return Blood Artist. But what else am I gonna do? Return this one. You're going first. Awesome. Oh, clamp. A creature explores. Reveal the top card. If it's land, you draw it. If it's a non-land, you may graveyard, and then the creature that explore gets +1. I was so unconfident. I still had to look it up. It's an easy to learn game. They do say things like that. Well, the basics are. And if you actually have, like, reminder text in a set that makes sense, I think it's true. Oh, the snake too. Great, now I have even more planes. Are we out? Here, I put the skull clamp on the wall. Attack me. Thank you. Oh my god. Most keywords aren't that bad. Yes. Learning the game well enough to be able to play is easy. The rules roots run very deep. That's also kind of... Played against a card with Bushido 1 today. That is... When it blocks, it gets +1, right? Other creatures you control with flanking have flanking. What? Flanking does something when you block 2, right? Blocks or gets blocked. Okay, that's actually way better than... I'm pretty sure I've only played it on creatures that I only want to block with. Crossclaw. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. Equipped creature gets +1. We'll pay to play Witch's Cottage this. I'm not gonna block that. Pain. This creature gets blocked by a creature without flanking. The blocker gets -1/-1. Okay, so it buffs it up to -2/-2. Like, why not just have it be 1/1 bigger? Well, it could kill a 1/1 with Death Touch. And then you survive. Or the Bushido thing. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Well, no, because I actually love repeated keywords too. My favorite card just says Cascade, 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 Cascade. It's not my favorite card, but it's pretty awesome. I do like the low blood. I can't remember her name. I'm not gonna try. Apex Devastator, yes. And I do like the version without reminder text for me first. We are going to die here. This can... Do I have a creature? I do. And what creatures? You're not gonna attack. Okay, you'll attack with that. It has infect though. It's not gonna do any damage to me. Fake damage. Thin poison, never gonna happen. It means it can die to a bolt before it blocks. That too. What if I draw... Damn. Wouldn't that be cool? I didn't. But what if I did? Yes. As a player, I want to take damage. I drew sword. And she can block now. Maybe they'll be too afraid to attack. Planes, I get Bloodghast back. I can actually equip sword, can't I? I can. Okay, you're going to do 4. Possibly 5, it looks like. Six, 7, 8, and 3 poison. But I could block. Or I can attack with the Sword of Light and Shadow and have more life. That's the one. Or I could just have it. And then slap down whatever it is and not lose a creature. That would do. People here have a favorite commander. I really like Zancha. Sleeper Agent. I use her as a remote Voltron situation. I play her under someone else's control. She attacks immediately on like the current round, not on my turn, but on their turn. And then I just keep her alive and buff her up. Commander Shepard. Good answer. They didn't even attack. What cowards. I didn't even have a blocker aside from a 0. We'll draw 2 and buff it by 1. It'll do 7. I'll gain 3 life. Goes 1 more. Still not enough. Hey, command. It was pretty funny though. I can't block. I will play Skeletals. Oh, okay. That's got Death Touch and it's a 3. I'll note that. You're learning that at least a minute's to be stopped? How so? No attacks. Coward. Wait a minute. I should have been paying attention to what was happening. Okay, we're good. If we play Commander... Oh, what? Because I said Sancha? No, Sancha's my jank tech that I pull out to have fun. I'm a wonderful person otherwise. I wanted to say Imodane, but I didn't. Actually, no, my favorite commander is Brutaclad. That was the lie earlier. My favorite commander is actually Brutaclad. Core Engineer. But I try to run it with copies so that I can copy other people's stuff and just make a lot of them. This one match, someone was running some kind of horrors deck that was built around mill and theft. Well, anyway, they had Mind Crank, which is an enchantment where whenever a player is dealt damage, for each damage dealt, you mill a card. So I made 10 of those. And I thought it was pretty. I could have made 10 Master of Ethereums and then won. I'm going to try to finish this dungeon. I know I was heading for the the white arena. But, you know, I got distracted. Considering my hand luck, this is pretty good. Subversive Acolyte. Oh, meta. Second one. And the battle flies. We know those guys. Look at Soren out. See if I can start making bigger. Keep them afraid to attack. You smell that? Smells so irony. Actually, attack with Bloodcast. It can't block it. Howard. You gonna buff it? No? You gonna use your mana on something else? You could have killed my guy. Okay. I was a little worried if that one went too long, we would be able to turn the quest in. As you return to Dead Man's Rest, nobody seems impressed besides Tipsy Tim, who gives you a clap on the back. Those metal freaks. You got rid of them, you did. And he stumbles away happily. +3 reputation. What do you mean? You just said no one cared. But I do appreciate that you just completed it right here, so I didn't have to walk back. We got Guillaume Master. And Winter, Cynical Opportunity. And an Alchemy card. The spell costs 2 less to cast if there are no instant or sorcery cards in your hand. You don't have to show your opponent because the computer. You just want a car? Ton of milk? Pretty lady named Melina said she's offering you a Honda Accord. Melina offered you an Accord? Congratulations. When this enters the battlefield, return target instant. From your graveyard to. If it would die, shuffle it into its owner's life. Look at it. Time Elemental. Pay 4 and tap it to return target permanent to owner's. You cannot use this ability on permanents with enchantment cards played on them. Don't do it. If Time Elemental blocks or attacks, destroy it at end of combat. In this case, Time Elemental deals 5 damage to its controller. Reading old cards is a passion for me. Rags to Riches. The special edition that doesn't have any text on it at all. Lim Duel, the next. Whatever creature an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from. You may pay 2. Return that card to play under your control. If it's a creature, it's a zombie. Catacomb Dragon, very cute, very nice. When it's blocked by a non-artifact, non-dragon creature, that creature's power is halved, rounded up until end of turn. You don't see weird effects like Malcolm, the Alluring Scoundrel. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, put a chorus counter on. Draw a card, then discard a card. There are 4 more chorus counters on Malcolm. Pass this without paying its mana cost. Alright. I am going to save and stop here. I'm going to get swapped over to Fallout, so if you're here for that, I'll see you in just a few minutes.